I think there is a degree of crossover of inspiration, but spark to me is more about sort of you get up and go on a daily basis. So what gives you your spark to keep going?
Um, I think I don't know what it is really. I think once you've kind of done something. I think writing the book for me, my salt throwing salt at the devil, which is my novel, that was a spark because I know it sounds ridiculous, but when I'd done it and I had to go to McDonald's at 5 o'clock in the morning for about 2 months to finish it, and I kind of hated it and didn't want to look at it, and but when I'd done it, I did have quite a sense of kind of pride in it, and it sparked me on to write the other book, to do the podcast, and also it made me think I could achieve things. So, for example, I'm setting up another business at the moment, and you have those moments when you're like, "Oh my God, someone else has done it already, and there's already three companies." It's just like you've done it. They're to start somewhere. You start somewhere. Just do it. Do it.
Mm,
You've done a book. You've written a book. If you can do that, you can do this. Do you know what I mean? And
yeah,
that whenever
couldn't
I
agree
kind
more.
of need to do something, I get that kind of energy from looking back and thinking, well, you did do this, so therefore you need to go on. And I think also other people give you energy. I'm a people person. I love people. So any opportunity to meet other people, they give me energy because I'm very interested in other people. And when I don't meet them, then I read about them. So, I'm more interested in people than I think I am in anything else. So I think other people
Mm,
give you a spark as well. They inspire you. And like you said, there's a
definitely,
bit
yeah.
of a crossover.
Yeah. Well, I think, yeah, as well, because of what you've been through and the community that you build around you must be vital to getting through it. So whether it's having the person that you can ring up and go, God, everything is like shit today,
Yeah,
or saying, right, let's go and get smashed. I just need to forget everything for a
yeah.
while. It's that's gives you a spark as well, knowing that you've got that to call upon.
And also kind of meeting Estelle, who's my podcast partner, because we've both been kind of through breast cancer together. I feel like I don't have to explain myself. Do you know what I mean? And when you meet someone
Yeah,
new, oh, you've
yeah,
had cancer, we both know what it's like. You don't have to go through all that kind of trauma and what have you. And I think she's like a bull terrier making things happen, and that kind of pulls you along as well, doesn't it? Kind of
yeah.
spark off each other, I think.
Yeah, that must be. Does it get a bit exhausting when you do meet new people and then you've got to go through the story again?
Um, I find it more difficult when people aren't direct. They kind of because they always kind of want to know what stage it was, and I find that a little bit rude because if you're saying to someone, "Oh, what stage did you have?" what they're trying to work out in their mind is how bad it was, and I always think, well,
Yeah,
I don't really care how bad you think it was. It it doesn't matter if you have cancer. It doesn't matter if you're stage 1 or stage 3 or whatever. It's still frightening, and I don't know. I just find that a little bit rude, but that's just me. um,
yeah,
and also the kind of people are too frightened to ask if you're all right now, which I suppose is I was exactly the same, but I I think when you meet other people who haven't been through it is quite exhausting because you have to explain it
yeah,
all, and you just can't be bothered half the time. I feel like just give them a
yeah. Because I
book.
think,
I'll read my book.
yeah, well, because I think one thing that must be hard is I think people perhaps this is how I interpret it, and from seeing it with my sister, that you think once the chemo and radio therapy's done, that's it. And that's it. It's game over, and you're done. And but I don't think people realise the long shadow it can cast
Yeah, totally.
on everything. Your general health, obviously, going forward, but also, as you say, your mental health of those scans
Yeah,
being in the diary
and also all the
and the build up to
legacy things that it leaves you with. Like I've got a lymphedema, which is like a build up of fluid. I've got osteopenia, which is like the next one before osteoporosis because of chemo. I had hormone treatment, which affects your heart. You know, all these things make you extremely knackered. And
Mm.
they don't just go, right, you're cured, see you. Well, they do actually say,
Yeah, ring
right,
the bell and that's
yeah,
it.
see you in a
You ring the
year.
bell
And
and
you're
it's
like, what do you
happy
mean,
days.
see me
Yeah.
in a year? I've been here every day for the last kind of a year and a half. So yeah, I absolutely get that. The you know, like scan anxiety. I've got to go into the unit. I think it's next week or the week after, and I hate it. It's the smell of it. The women sitting there. You know, it just brings it all back. And
Mm.
yeah, it doesn't leave you, but you just have to cope with it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. It sounds like you are doing more than me.
Well,
So
I have my moments.
yeah.